4 down, 1 to go. Day 2 of quarterfinals wrapped with some big names making some big statements on the leaderboard, while a few familiar faces need some help to keep their season alive. Hello everyone and welcome inside the Talking Elite Fitness studio. Tommy Marquez here as day 2 of quarterfinals has just wrapped up. 2 more tests were on store on day number 2. And we're gonna get you guys all caught up on some of the biggest performances and biggest stories to watch with just 1 day remaining. We're gonna start on quarterfinals test number 3 and some of the top performers worldwide for both the men and the women. On the men's side, it's Norman Woodring. He's the only male athlete to go under 4 minutes. Norman is a multi-year regional and semifinals athlete dating all the way back to 2016. He's also an affiliate owner of Not the Norm CrossFit, so nice to see his name on top of the leaderboard. On the women's side, a pair of women I think we expected to see do well here. Laura Horvath has the win unofficially with 3:39, and just 3 seconds behind her is Danny Spiegel in 3:42. Now, Laura gets the top time overall, but it wasn't without a little bit of a challenge. On Saturday, Danny Spiegel put her time out to the masses on social media, putting a little highlight up there and claiming to every woman out there, here's my time, come and get it. So nice to see some top performances from those 2 women there. Moving on to test number 4, a little bit different test now. We went from a short, fast sprint to a long 20-minute AMRAP, and your top performers for the men and the women. We got a pair of ties. Yona Koski, Justin Medeiros tied atop the men's leaderboard unofficially with 600 reps. They should be the top once we get a few of those scores corrected there. And then Olivia Kerstetter and Ellie Turner, 2 women at the top of the women's leaderboard, 561. That is their total getting into the 3rd round of GHD sit-ups. Now for Koski, this is not only his first win, but it's his first finish inside the top 10 worldwide in this quarterfinal session, so a huge performance for him. Justin, it's his 2nd win in as many days. Remember, he won test 2 on day number 1. For Kerstetter, the teenager looking to be the next one to make the jump as an individual. This type of performance and 2 top 10 finishes on day number 2 is going to be a huge boost for her in that capacity. And then for Ellie Turner, following alongside Justin Medeiros, this is her 2nd win as well, and it's her 2nd in as many days. She won the same exact test as Justin Medeiros, and we had a chance to catch up with them after day number 2 to talk about why test 4 was such a good fit for them.
I know personally, I just tried to stay really smooth and consistent on the row. I knew that was a strength of mine. And like, if I was hurting on the row, I know a lot of other people probably are hurting more on the row. So just tried to stay really smooth and consistent and then race those other movements. And obviously I had Justin in the corner of my eye, and we're obviously super competitive with each other. So I didn't want to let him get too much of a lead, which also definitely helped in the end, trying to push to get those GHDs done as quickly as possible.
Just like, I don't normally have too many home run events. I mean, you look at last year's games, I wasn't able to scratch off an event win or anything, but normally when the GHD comes up in workouts and stuff, it's definitely like a pretty good confidence boost for me. And I think going to that workout, just kind of like owning that and knowing like, hey, I'm probably not going to be rowing as fast as guys like Roman or anything like this, but I'm hoping that no one's going to be able to do GHDs faster than me. And I think that's kind of when I got into it, that was like my mindset.
Thanks to Ellie and Justin for taking the time to chat. And it should be noted that both of the events that they won worldwide were the only 2 that they actually threw down side by side. So they're race amongst each other, giving each other a little bit of a boost. But a few athletes who maybe need a boost on the leaderboard are sitting outside the bubble as we go into the 5th and final test on day number 3. Alex Vigneault, Bethany Shadburn, Steph Chung, and Willie George all are outside of a qualifying position heading into the final day, and all have some ground to make up with 1 test remaining. But it's Alex Vigneault for the men. He's 62nd in North America East. The multi-year games athlete and 2-time finisher inside the top 10, made up a significant amount of ground with 2 top 10 finishes on day number 2, so he has just a little bit more work, 15 points to get himself back up into the top 60 overall in North America East. And then Bethany Shadburn, a 4-time games athlete and top 10 finisher in 2019. She's 29 points back just 2 spots on the leaderboard. She's got a little bit of ground to make up as well, even though her focus has shifted a little bit more. New coach, new training scenario, focus a little bit more on her overall health. Both of those athletes need a little bit of a push if they want to extend their season. That's going to do it for me here inside the Talkin' Elite Fitness Studio and our quarterfinals day 2 recap. We'll be back tomorrow to recap all of the action on day number 3 as Lauren Khalil has the honors and will be manning that there. And then early next week, we will have a comprehensive quarterfinals recap show inside the Talkin' Elite Fitness Studio, breaking down all the top stories coming out of quarterfinals for both the men and the women. And if you want to stay up to date with all things Talking Elite Fitness, head on over to our Patreon, follow us there, subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can get the time cap, all of our end of day recaps, and of course, our comprehensive show that's coming early next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the end of day 3 quarterfinals recap show.